All right, so we logged into the game and we realized that the battle pass is almost expired. We have 1 day, 19 hours until the battle pass is over, and we're only at level 36. What are we gonna do to confirm that we unlock the cosmetic? Because it's a great cosmetic, and you spend $5, you wanna at least get the cosmetic. You wanna at least get to level 40. For me, this month, it's been a quieter month for Diablo Immortal. A busier month for everything else going on in my life. So really, I have four more levels that I have to grind in the next 1 day, 19 hours. You may be in a better position than I am in, or you may be in a even worse position than I am in. So I want to take you through some of the things that we can do to most quickly get ourselves to unlock, obviously, the Fervent Fang gem and the cosmetic. Now, if you are free to play and you didn't buy this, at least you want to try and get your Fervent Fang gem. So the grind is absolutely the same. So you want to do activities that are going to give you the best value for your time. The most battle points are essentially what we're looking at right here. So when we take a look, we are going to, of course, well, look at this, 2 times on the bestiary pages. You can get 2 of these. So they're typically 40. This means they're going to be 80 battle points. So if you turn in only 20 of them, you're going to be getting 160 battle points, which is going to take you almost 1 extra level in itself. So what that means for me is I'm going to be doing open world farming. And to do open world farming, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And that means we're going to actually go to the bounty board and we're going to get some bounties as well. Because when you do your bounties, you're also, of course, getting yourself a bunch of battle points also just from doing your bounties for the day. 8, 16, 24, 32 for each batch of bounties for a total of 64. So my primary things right here are going to be 1, get 2 turn-ins of the bestiary and do bounties at the same time. I would continuously do open world farming if my bounties are complete. I'd still do more farming. And where would I do it? If I complete my bounties, I would then come on over to the Library of Zoltan Kuhl, and this is where I hang out, right here. You see the Grand Vestibule? I hang out in this square area. If you can get in there with a couple of friends, follow each other around, run the circle, kill the enemies in the center, you'll get the monstrous essence that you need for at least 1 turn-in, probably in about 10 minutes. Now, keep in mind, your turn-in just has to do with what you need. So if we take a look at my satchel, I already have 4. So I only need to get 16 of these before I turn them in and get 2 batches of those rewards. Oh, and yes, I have all of these legendary things saved up because I typically save them for the next big Paragon jump, the next Inferno or Hell difficulty if you're down in Hell level. So I'm at 951 right now, which is 1 level over Paragon. I'm going to save all these until I get to the next Hell difficulty, which, what is that, a level 1000, I think, or something like that? Let's see. If we want to go to Inferno 3, it's level 1000. That's when I would use all of those legendary items. Little sidebar right there. Now, another thing that is really good and that you could kind of do a little bit AFK here are these Elder Rifts. You could go in, do an Elder Rift, kind of let the team carry you a little bit, and you could spam these throughout the day. And there's a big truck driving by right now that has quite a bit of exhaust on it. So I could come in here, I could do a bunch of these, and if you take a look at the rewards that we get for them, we're going to see right here, Elder Rifts, we're getting 8 per, all right? We're also getting a bunch of these warband activity things, nice, which is great, but 8 per. So if I do 10 of those, that's 80 battle point progression, which I actually really like. Now, something else that's going to be free experience for you. When you come on over, not to your satchel, but to your triple lines, and you go to clan, you'll notice that the Accursed Towers, you go to your battle map, you can claim a bunch of experience right here, which, I mean, I guess that's not battle points, but you know what? Make sure you get your experience anyway, guys, because, yeah, level yourselves up. Now, something else you want to check out, though, let's take a look over here, is you want to see what quests are set. Notice here, Elder Rifts. I got the ability to get 40 battle points for every 6 Elder Rifts that I complete. Now remember, we're getting 8 battle points per Elder Rift. Now we're getting an additional 40 for every 6 that we complete. So if I just complete one more, I'll get a good jump right there. I really don't focus on any of this stuff right here, all of these things, you know, any of that stuff. PvP is probably not the best grind for you when you're trying to do this type of a thing. Let's take a look over here. We have the Boon of Plenty I could claim now. By the way, I only have, what, 3 days left on my Boon of Plenty, so we're going to claim that. We're going to get our, claim free bundles. Oh, and there's a limited time deal in the shop. What could this be? I bet you it is something that I am not going to purchase. Yep, I'm not going to buy this. 26 bucks doesn't help my progression whatsoever. Now, once you do all of that and you're like, okay, we grinded as much as we could. Now we're sitting kind of stale. We got a couple more levels that we have to go to. What is probably the next best thing that you could do to grind battle points? And for me, I like to come on over to the Codex and I like to see what's going to give me the most. Random dungeon is quick. It gives you the little double arrows up to get more greens, but we're not worried about greens right now. We are worried about making sure that we get ourselves those battle points. Battleground, not a good use of your time. The Tristram Cathedral, it's actually a decent one. It gives you 20 battle points. This is the brand new one where you fight the Butcher. It's one of the quicker dungeons. Plus you have the ability to get extra greens. But for me, it is and will always be Temple of Namari. It's going to give me 20 battle points per run. It's the easiest one to run because it's the shortest distance, and you could kind of no-brain the thing. You could kind of move yourself around a little bit, get to the final boss, and just hold down attack and heal yourself every once in a while, and you'll be able to progress through. Every 5 dungeons that you run, you'll get yourself 100 battle points. In addition to that, you're going to be able to then also, we'll get ourselves over here, we have to claim our green, right? So we're kind of double dipping. I need to do 3 dungeons and I'll get a free green. In addition to that, you are going to get your chests along the way. The bestiary right today is the featured thing. Some days it's something different. Some days it's a dungeon. If a dungeon is what is your featured activity to give you extra or double battle points, that's really the dungeon you should be doing when you're really trying to get battle points, in my opinion. Let's scroll down here, see what else. You could do the Defense of the Castle, not a bad one to do. Purge the Depths, not a bad one to do either. Raiding the Vault, not the worst use of your time, but if you're sitting in line for a while, that could be a bit. Side quests are decent. You want to see what's going to give you the most. All right. Ooh, Echo of the Immortal, Fractured Plane, Trial of the Hordes. Look at that. Wow, bro. I didn't even realize that they were all down there. You need to be smart and take a look at what's going to give you the most value for your time. Now, what happens if it's hours before? If there's 5 hours left and I just don't have time to grind and I'm sitting here at level 39. I'm going to rank up right here and I'm going to use the 150 orbs. If I wanted to go all the way to the end, it would cost me 750 orbs. That's a lot. When you think about, that's only gaining myself, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. So to gain 5 levels, if we go to the shop, it's going to show you that that's going to cost you 750 orbs, which when we look at currency, 750 orbs, this is 650 for 10 bucks. So it would cost me an additional, well, I'd have to buy this one, but let's say $10 for good measure, just to get myself up there, and I would have spent $15 in the battle pass and I would have been able to get the more expensive one in the first place. Not the best use of your orbs, but if you have no other choice, I guess sometimes there's things you got to do. Now we also have some activities in here. Notice I claimed them all already, but if you get a bunch of these, I think I did this in one match of Alley of Blood, got myself a bunch of battle points. Here, these are not going to give you any battle points. Hungering Moon doesn't battle point you up. Phantom Market just gets you spending 170 bucks. So there you go. The way I'm going to start the day, and this isn't really a daily grind video, but I'm going to come in here. I'm going to run the Sanctum. I'm going to make sure that everything is clean over here. Let's take a look. Is there anything bothering? Nope, we're all secure inside of there, so no need for me to jump into my tower. The first things I'd probably do, I'd probably run the Sanctum. I'd probably run myself some Elder Rifts or just one Elder Rift. Then I would do my bounties and try and get the monstrous essence along the way. And from there, I'd kind of see where I was at. What else organically got upgraded? Now, that's it. You don't want to miss the battle pass. If you're spending the money on it, you may as well finish it. And sometimes we do get behind, and that's okay. We have lives too. I know you guys saw the video yesterday where I was talking about my life and how it kind of got in the way this weekend for me playing the game. Additionally, what I will sometimes do, being a content creator and having my amazing community here on YouTube, I will, on a night where I plan on doing a lot of grinding, I will do it live. But I think I'm going to be done by the end of the night tonight. Actually, I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. I hope I'm not getting sick. So probably won't be doing that. I may be live on the main channel though. One last thing that you can do that I did is Heliquary runs. If you do your Monday and Thursday Heliquary runs, 5 runs, that's 100 battle point progression right there as well. But not only that, you get to purchase your legendary crest, which as you can see we did right here. We bought our Eternal legendary crest, and of course this one right here, the Eternal, you could only purchase if you are in a warband activity. Now, when we take a look at my satchel, we have 8 regular crests and 2 Eternals, which means we can do a legendary crest run and see what we're going to be able to unlock. And the latest grind here is getting this piece of gear to level 16 because we got 3 level 21s at this point in time. That's the grind, baby. Let's get it done. Make sure you get your money's worth out of your battle pass and start right now.